Today we are going to discuss virtual private cloud VPC. Okay, so this is the main component in AWS. So it will define the network here. First, I will define the components. Then we'll see one by one. So first thing, the VPC is nothing a network. We have to define the network using any CIDR from 16 to 28. Okay, so maximum by default the maximum network is /16 and the minimum network is /28. And without subnet we cannot do anything, so we have to create a subnet either 1 or 2 whatever. And internet gateway. Okay, so if you want to allow the other network to AWS network, so we required the internet gateway. Okay, so route table. So route table will define who can communicate inside, and NACL. So this is who can allow inside as well as which port. Route table will not define port level. Just we are allowing through in the internet gateway or not, or the VPN or direct gateway, direct connect, whatever. So it will define it. Okay, NACL port level security group. Okay, so the entire subnet, the security will define in the NACL and the security group for interface level. NIC, we can say network interface card. Okay, so this is for particular interface and NACL for the entire network. So this is network level and this is interface level. Okay, so we'll see one by one. First we'll see the VPC, how to create it. So while creating the VPC, already we set, so either 10 series or 172.16 dot, okay, to 172.31.xx, whatever, or if you are selecting 192.168, whatever. Okay, so in this range you can choose anything. For example, today I'm going to take 172 series. So the 172 series, sorry, 192 series. Okay, so 192, 168. Next I can define whatever I want. So I'm going to VPC now. So this is my AWS management console. So I'm searching VPC. So already I have a quick service, so I'm selecting here. Yeah, first we'll select, we'll create the VPC now. Okay, so this is your VPC dashboard in the North Virginia. So per region maximum we can create 5 VPC. If you want to create more than 5, we have to raise the ticket to AWS. So I'm checking how many VPC I have currently. So I, okay, you cannot choose the available, it won't, so that is not a as so please don't go the default VPC security group. Don't touch in the default. It's little loading. loading today internet is very slow. Loading. So I'll create VPC now. Okay, so it's asking my VPC. So I'm typing my test VPC. Okay, the IPv is 4 CADR plaque 192 168. So up to 1 to 255 I can put any value. For example, I'm giving 200 example, that's it. Okay, so I'm going to create the network for /24. Okay, so there is no IPv6, so directly I'm creating my VPC. So VPC I have created now. Then I have to create the subnets. So without subnet you cannot proceed to create the instances like a virtual machines. So my VPC is ready, and my VPC CADR 192.168.200.0/24. Okay, that's fine. I'll go to subnet now. So I'm going to create two different subnet right now. Okay, so this is already I have some subnets with the different VPCs. Okay, so I'll create now. So I'm going to create the subnet. Please choose the VPC. My test VPC. Calm down. So subnet, first subnet I have to keep. So this is, I'm going to give public subnet for my VPC. Okay, my VPC. And availability zone, this is North Virginia. There are 6 availability zones like data centers. I'm going to choose the first one right now, 1A, and CIDRC. For example, I require the maximum example. I'm saying I required 4 subnets. So 4 subnet in the sense which subnet I have to choose. So my VPC is 24. So if you are creating 25 subnet, we can create 26 4 27 8. Okay, so if you are choosing 26, that's fine, but in future you cannot extend or you can add more subnets. So I'm going to create 27 now. So my VPC now 192.168 and 200.0/24. So I'm going to choose 27 now. So totally we can create 8, but I'm going to create only 2 right now. Later I can create multiple things. Okay, so 27 in the sense 1 1 1 4 5 6 7 8. Just copy this. Copy 24 25 26 27 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so I have to take this decimal value 128. So 128 and 64 and 32. The least value is 32. So my first subnet would be 192.168. Okay, 200.0/27. Each subnet, the IPs, number of IPs 27, because 2 to the power of 5, totally 32, right? So 32 minus 27, 2 to the 5, 2 to the power of 5, 32. So here 5 IPs are reserved. So 32 minus 5, 27 IPs. Okay, so the second subnet 179.168 200. So the list value is 32/27 192.168.200.64 0, sorry, not 0/27 192.168.200 again 64 plus 32. Okay, so 92 I guess, sorry, 92/27 again 192.168.200. I'm sorry, the 64 plus 32, 96. Okay, 96 plus 32, 128. Okay, and 192.168.200, sorry, 200 dot 128.160/27. So 192.168.200.192 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So last one 192 168 200 192 224. Okay, so there are 8 subnets. You can choose any of the two. Right now I'm going to create 2. Okay, so I can take any of the 2. So I'll just copy this, create it. Okay, and I record one more subnet. So that subnet I'm going to make like a private subnets. Okay, the name is called private. So private subnet my VPC. Okay, and preference I'm going to choose other availabilities one. Okay, and see here the second subnet I can't create the same one. I can choose any other one. Remaining 7 subnet I have, I can take anything. In future I can create more subnets from here. Okay, so that's fine now. So I have created 2 subnets. So I'll tell you why I created public and private. One subnet I am going to allow from outside AWS network. One network I am going to allow only for local. So right now I have 2 subnets created. So just count down, see available IPs are 27. Okay, so when you are creating the virtual machine using this subnet, this IP will reduce one by one. If you have 2 instances using these subnets, it will show 25 only. So here you can identify how many number of subnets you have it. Sorry, how many number of IPs, free IPs you have it. Right now 27. So there is no instance right now for this machine. Okay, so a simple calculation, just go to your subnet and check it which CIDR it is using. So 27, so 32 minus 27, 5, 2 to the power of 5, 32 minus 5, 27. So the same value, so none of the instances are created in the subnet, very simple. Okay, so then go to internet gateway. Okay, so we have to create the internet gateway for our VPC. So I am going to create the internet gateway. So my internet gateway hyphen for my VPC. So okay, so just to create, so you have to attach it after creating. So the status is detached. So please go to action, attach to your VPC. It will show my VPC, attach it. Okay, so that is done. Now I'll go to route table. So in the route table, when you are creating the VPC, route table by default will create one route table will create. So how to identify? Just come down, my test VPC. So this is created by me. Just now we created. Just I'm going to name it. This is my VPC. Okay, public. Okay, I'm going to create one more route table. So I'm going to create one more route table. Okay, not public, so private. Okay, so VPC is our VPC. Okay, just create it. Done. So right now we have 2 VPCs. One is public and another one is private. So I'm going to associate the subnets right now. So public, right? So I'm going to add public subnet to public route table and private subnet to private. So add this. Okay, so that's fine. Private, right? Just I'll cross check. Okay, what is the subnet I added? Okay, fine. So public, yeah, fine. So in the public subnet I have to add the rule in the routes. So here only we are going to define who all are coming inside to our network. By default you have a local connection for both the route table. So here I am going to give 0.0. okay, anybody can connect via the internet gateway. Just now we created. Okay, I am not going to add another route table. Okay, so this route table I am going to keep only the private subnets only. It will allow only for the local connections. It won't allow from outside. So if you want to connect these subnet instances, you have to connect from public subnet instance. Then from that instances to here you can communicate. Otherwise it won't allow. Okay, so Up to here we have done, I guess. Okay, up to route table is done. Now we are going to see NACL. NACL also, when you are creating the VPC, automatically NACL will create. See here. So there are 4 NACL available, I guess, in my account. Okay, so I have 2 subnet. So come to here, my test VPC. So just I'll rename it. Okay, my VPC NACL. Okay, so in the NACL we have a inbound traffic as well as outbound traffic. So check it, inbound traffic, check it. So see here. Okay, so we have only one rule, rule number 100 we are allowing to all. Okay, mostly in the organization level we are not opening in this rule. Actually we have to open the particular level, particular network with a particular port. For example, I'll give you some scenarios. All traffic, instead of all traffic I'm going to put HTTP. Okay, all, and I'm going to add new rule. Okay, 99. Okay, HTTPS. So allow, and for example 98. Okay, so SSH, well, if you are using Linux server, so SSH mostly we can give the specific network, you can give it actually. For example, if I'm giving like this 192.168 and it's okay, sorry, if I'm giving 192 series, I have two subnets, right? This NACL associated with both the subnets. So I can't connect even public network also because I'm using the internet gateway. So what I can do it, I'm going to check what is my IP. Okay, what is my IP? Okay, showing my IP, right? So I'm going to copy this IP address. Okay, I'm going to paste 32. So only from this network I can connect to 22. Okay, so other than that I can't communicate. For HTTP, HTTPS anybody can communicate. Suppose if I have any web application, I should open to everybody. They have to allow it. So for SSH I should not give 0.0.0.0. Okay, so otherwise it is a vulnerability. Okay, so don't take risk. For 22, for RDP whatever, you have to give the specific network from your organization. Okay, what is the rule? 199.98. This is the priority. Okay, so for example, I am connecting from this IP address. Okay, the first rule will check 98 only. Okay, so if condition is fine, it won't check any other two rules. If I'm, for example, I have a web server, I'm connecting this server. Okay, so first rule 98 will check, but there is no HTTP here, it will skip it. The second rule, it will check any network, HTTPS or HTTP whatever. So if you are accessing with HTTPS, 99 rule will check and condition is okay, it won't go 100 and all. So when the condition is applying, it won't check again. For example, I'm giving like this, I'm adding one more rule. Example, I'm saying, oh sorry, I deleted. So 98 I was given. Okay, so SSH. So here we given our network IP 32. Okay, I am going to add 99. So 99, for example, I'm giving all traffic. Okay, so I'm giving like this. So if you are giving in this way, totally wrong. Means, see, what is the meaning of these two rules? So 90, I given all traffic to everybody. Yeah, all traffic will allow include HTTP, HTTPS, whatever. 98, I'm allowing particular network to SSH. Actually, this is wrong because this rule is not required if you are keeping in this way. I'm allowing to everyone all traffic. So this one 98, 99, 100, no use because I even rule number also 90. So the first it will check the list number. So it will check this number. So I am allowing all. So the 98, 99, 100, there is no uses. But if you are putting 101, so the first condition will check 98. Okay, for example, I am accessing from other public IP. Okay, so it will check. So that IP is not coming, not added here. It will skip it, check it. It will check here. It will skip. It will check. Finally, 101 all traffic it will allow. And this is also wrong. Okay, so should not give zero all the network to the particular instance. Means all the network to any, all the traffic to any network should not give it. So remove in this way. Actually, you have to give the rule like this. Okay, even if you want to deny any particular network, you can give it, but anyhow other than that all are deny as of now. Suppose if I are connecting with other public networks, so it will check 3. Yeah, we are not allowing, definitely it won't connect. So very important in ACL. Okay, so save changes. And so go to security groups. This is interface level. By default you have only one security group will create when you are creating the VPC. You can define it another security group. So the same thing, NACL first level security and the inbound security the second level. So my VPC security group, security group. Okay, so description just demo, select your VPC, select your VPC, come down. So by default there is no inbound rule, you have to add it. Okay, so again you can add it as a sketch. I'm going to allow only from my network. Okay, /32. Okay, single IP in the sense you have to define it, or whatever is required you can open https https. Okay, so here I'm going to give open network to everybody. Okay, so that's it. Outbound anyhow all traffic, so leave it, that's just created. So now we have created VPC, subnet, internet gateway, routable, NACL and security group. So further we have to continue with EC2 instance. This is more than enough to create the instances. Okay.